Hello, everyone, and welcome back to session 3. Thanks for tuning in. During this session, we are going to be helping you folks discover more skills that you might want to work on, or maybe you are already very strong in. And we're also going to be showcasing one of our great resources for you folks to be able to use, which is our career services website here at Carleton. Knowing your skills, I think, is a very important trait for people to have. So knowing what you're good at, maybe what you're not so good at and want to develop. And here we have 4 topics that will sort of highlight certain skills within these topics. So the first one being people skills, the second one being research and planning, the third one being thinking skills, and finally personal skills. So take a minute to take a look at these skills and see which ones maybe you already know for sure are for you, or that you're really good at, and take a look and see which ones you might want to develop or work on a little bit more, because maybe you think that you have a bit of room to grow within that skill. I'm sure most of you have been involved in different opportunities, whether it's in your high school with clubs and societies, maybe student council or school plays, or maybe outside of school where you're in sports teams or you're volunteering, and maybe some of you even already have part-time jobs. So it might be important for you folks to think about those experiences that you had, whether it is a job or not, and see which skills you've actually been able to put to use within these experiences. With that, I want to invite my friend Emily back in here right now to talk about experiences with skills that she's had from university and post-secondary. So Emily, let's hear from you.
Yes, so the nice thing is that I was able to develop skills across all of those 4 categories that you see. And, you know, as a student participating in events that aren't necessarily related to academics, you'll be able to develop all those skills both inside and outside the classroom. But the ones that I'm going to touch on have to do sort of with my academics and my goals. So when I originally entered university, my goal was to go to law school. I definitely wanted to be a lawyer. I was most interested in criminal law. And so in a lot of my law classes, and not just law classes, I had a bunch of classes that required this, but a lot of it was, you know, planning and research. I had to do a lot of research. It involved a lot of, you know, writing papers, critical thinking. So looking at, you know, cases that have already happened and thinking about, you know, maybe the flaws with them, flaws within the decisions and things like that. But it wasn't until my 3rd year that I started thinking that maybe I wasn't so sure that I wanted to go to law school. And in 4th year, and from my 4th year until now, I've been thinking a lot about what my goals are in terms of what my next steps are. And I've decided that I want to pursue a master's degree in education. And the nice thing is that I can use all those skills that I learned when I was in 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year, and 4th year in terms of research and critical thinking, because those skills I'm still going to need to use as a graduate student, no matter what I would study. So I know that a lot of people think that maybe research is only done in science and engineering, but no, it is a big part of really any area that you'll study. So I've been drawing upon those skills actually to do research to see what program I want to do and what I want to do in terms of my next steps. So it's nice that I can use those, and they're very transferable across really anything that I'm able to do.
Yeah, that's really interesting that you talk about research being a part of all sort of disciplines and not just science and engineering, because I think that is a myth for a lot of students. They think, oh, I'm not going to have to do research if I go into, you know, a bachelor of arts in law or whatever. And it is true that most disciplines and most programs will require folks and people to do research within them. So I think that's some really good points that you brought up as well. I am sort of on the other spectrum. So you're a Faculty of Public Affairs graduate. I'm a graduate from Faculty of Sciences. So we really do see sort of a difference between our programs. But at the end of the day, I think we both really pick up very similar transferable skills from these programs. So again, similar to Emily, for myself, I have a degree in science. I have all these skills where I can work in a science lab, and I've done research, and I can write a lab report. And now in my career, in my job, I don't use any of these skills. But what I do use are the transferable skills, a lot of them which are up here on the slide. Things like time management, communication, working in a team. A big one that I actually got from my degree was presenting, like learning how to present properly and talking to people, and sort of getting my point across in a more simple way. So I think it's important to note for students watching that skills are not something that you gain within a day or within one experience, but I think they are something that you'll sort of work on throughout your whole life. And in each sort of part of your life, you'll be able to develop new skills. So in university, you might be able to develop different skills than you're able to develop now. So that's something important to note. So with that, I would like to turn the screen over to showing you folks our career services website, which I think is a really, really great resource for you to use if you're applying to jobs or if you're just trying to sort of figure out your program that you might want to go into in the future. This is a really great opportunity for students to use this resource. So career services, it's carleton.ca/career. And when you get to the career services page, you can go to what can I do with my degree, this tab here. So on this website, you can scroll down and click on Find Your Degree. And basically what they have is a whole web page that shows you all the programs that we do offer at Carleton. So potentially you're interested, let's say, in the Bachelor of Commerce. Okay, so like getting a business degree. And so within here, you can basically click on whatever concentration you want. Let's go entrepreneurship. You can see what skills and knowledge you are going to gain from this program. So once you get into university, the skills that you'll actually gain from it. You'll also be able to see some of the careers that you can get and what our alumni are doing now. So our graduates from this program, what are they up to after they've graduated? So sometimes students already have a final career already chosen for them. Similar to Emily, she really wanted to go into law school, so that's sort of why she decided to choose criminology. So some students will work sort of from the back way down to figure out what program they want to go into, and some will work this way where they find skills that they're interested in developing or like to use now and choose a degree that way just based on their interest. In the next web page here, you can go to Know Your Skills tab. And within here, you can find the list of transferable skills that we had talked about on the previous slide. So people skills, research and planning skills, et cetera, down this website. So I encourage you folks to use this. If you're ever applying to a job and trying to write a resume, there are also writing resume sort of lessons that you can do within this website as well. So they're really great for working on yourself and getting jobs that way as well, and just thinking about your interests. So to finish things up with a reflection question again, I want you folks to explore the Career Services website first of all. Check out that website that I showed you, and I want you to think about what program will allow you to develop the skills that you enjoy using right now. So maybe there's skills or interests that you have currently. What program will allow you to use those skills and develop them more and keep you interested during your degree? On behalf of Emily and myself and Carleton, we thank you so much for taking a look at this video and these sessions. I hope they were helpful for you folks. I encourage you to go onto our admissions website, so admissions.carleton.ca, and you can sign up for a Carleton 360 account. What this means is you'll be connected to us. We'll be able to send you in more information via email about programs you're interested in, as well as give you information about events that are coming up on campus specifically for your interest. And when you apply to Carleton one day, you'll already have an account made with us. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you soon.